Since the early 19th century, the word plum has been used to describe something prized, the choice piece in a collection or a coveted assignment. Chris Gorman's plum job is at Upstream Gardens and Orchard near Altoona, where he's been picking these prized stone fruits for years.
We've been out here doing this for 15 years since we moved out here in '04. Just really enjoyed doing all the outside stuff in the gardening, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it made sense to start selling it instead of just giving it away to family. I like plums. Everything I put in originally is because it was stuff that we wanted for ourselves. We just did a few trees for fresh eating, and now I'm up to a dozen plums.
Chris grows a variety of fruit trees and other crops here. In addition to selling his produce at farmers markets, he offers his customers the opportunity to come to his farm, look around, and enjoy the peace and quiet. And if you don't have the time or the desire to pick, he's happy to do it for you.
We have raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. We do a lot of garden produce, about 2 acres of sweet corn, and then apples, peaches, pears, plums, and then we do honey and have bees.
Because a late frost can be devastating, there are not a lot of plums grown commercially in Iowa. Chris has never been one to go with the flow. In fact, that's how Upstream Gardens got its name. He thinks the diverse and delicious plums are worth taking a chance on.
Plums are a lot of fun. You can make wine out of them. You can eat them fresh. The larger plums, you can dry them and make your own prunes if you want to. It's just very versatile. A lot of things you can do with them.
There are several varieties that do thrive in Iowa. 4 of them are grown here. Today, Chris is picking Toka plums, also known as bubblegum plums, for their richly flavored, spicy sweet, apricot-colored flesh. He says they're actually very easy to grow.
I don't tend to do a whole lot with mine. I don't like to spray. We are a natural facility. I don't use any herbicides or pesticides, mostly because I don't want my bees getting into the pesticides. Occasionally, if I have a really bad year with bug problems, I will put lures up in the trees. Pretty much any fruit tree, you're gonna have to trim it. You either head them back, which is just shortening them up so they don't get so long and thin that they break off when the fruit gets too heavy, or thin them out, like you get one coming up in the middle of the tree where it's cluttering up the center, and you actually trim it completely out so that it doesn't grow back.
Most varieties mature between July and September in this part of the world. Plums smell sweet and fruity when they're ready to pick, and have the best flavor when they're left to ripen on the tree.
If you look at some of these, most of them are yellow. When they start to get a deep red color like that, and they start to feel soft, that one's ripe. It's a very small one, but that's a ripe plum there. It gets a little bit of that dark purple, and then it's not hard anymore. These are very hard still.
Most Americans enjoy eating their plums fresh, but their marvelous potential in the kitchen also helps to make them a fun and rewarding fruit to grow.